Hey guys, Shut Up Cincinnati, episode 162 on this windy day outside. If you guys hear the wind through the microphones, it's because it's fucking windy.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I just got another wind advisory on the phone.
Uh-oh, a wind advisory.
55 mile an hour winds, that's a lot for here.
Yeah, that's a lot for here. This place might get blown over. We might not have a studio by the end of the day.
Well,
just saying, I got a lot
burned down.
Well, I got a lot of trees around, so a tree could fall on it, or I could have burnt down the studio, and that was the big event for this week for me, because I literally could have burnt down my house this week.
You could have.
All right, I have a 1500 watt heater in my garage because it's a garage and it gets cold, and this thing does a good job. Like compared to years past, hasn't this heater kept this place
great.
A lot warmer than it ever has?
Oh yeah,
like it's been great this winter because of this heater. It's nice, but apparently. And I always knew this, but this is just one of those things that you know, but you kind of just ignore. You're not really supposed to plug things like that into an extension cord that goes then into another kind of outlet.
A 110 outlet. Yeah.
Well, not just that, but like a splitter. So now we got one outlet is supporting 7 different things, and one of them being a very high powered heater.
Yeah, that's too much.
What ends up happening, guys, if you end up doing this, I ignore it when people are like, this is going to happen. Your house is going to burn down. Like, whatever. That shit only happens to poor people. All right. We know that. Come on. That's ridiculous. So those people that live in those houses that have that 1873 electrical wire. Yeah, good luck, buddy. But me, no, I ain't going to fucking have my house burned down. Give me a break. Well, it turned out I could have. I'm sitting in the garage the other night having myself a little toot or two. And, I hear these noises, and I thought it was a fly or a bug or something. And at first, I do what I always do, ignore it.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, that'll go away.
Yeah,
whatever it is.
Bug.
That bug ain't going to hurt me. And then it just was persistent. I'm like, man, for one thing, I'm thinking, like, what kind of fucking bug is alive this time of year that's me flopping around like that? I thought it was one of those stupid stink bugs or some shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
So I removed the old Houday flag that I have covering my electrical outlets, which, by the way, also isn't a great idea. All right?
Piece of cloth.
You're not really supposed to put cloth over your outlets, but that's something I do. And not only is it there, it's on there pretty tight. I got it tacked around because it's pretty... I usually have it in the picture. You guys can see the Houday flag in the background, but I have it a little bit tighter today, so you can't see that because I took it down finally. So this is over top of it. I removed the flag, and my fucking outlet is just zip, zip, zip. And it looks like...
But it's been plugged in for a month, hasn't it? Months.
It looks like this, guys. And let me tell you something. This isn't the way outlets are supposed to look. And if yours looks like this, as a professional that I am, I say unplug it. Stop using it for a little while.
The real bad one looks like a man with a black eye.
It all looks... They look sad. Don't do this. Either way, for all you at home, this thing is completely fucking... melts it and everything else. You can see it on the sides. It's the plug that it was in is also melted. You can't really see that well, but this is also just stained black and shit. I was probably 10 minutes away from a nice house fire.
Were you that close, you think?
I think so. It's sparking. So It's only a matter of time before that flag catches. And as you can look around the studio here, it's covered with curtains for the sound. I mean, that is going to go up quick. And then just shitty drywall, that doesn't exactly hold well to fire.
So did you just fucking reach up and unplug it? Because I wouldn't have had the fucking balls to touch it.
Yeah, I'm a dum-dum, so I probably didn't even think that through and just did it, but it didn't do anything.
This thing's going to zap the fuck out of me.
It didn't even do anything. I reached up, unplugged, and I was like, whoops. You know what I mean? I laid it there.
Is it smoking?
I thought about if I should tell the wife or not, because I know I'm going to get she's told me a million times not to do that kind of shit. That would have been the worst part. Losing all my stuff, one thing, all right? But having to listen to her the rest of my life blame me for her losing all of her stuff when she had warned me before not to do that shit. That would have been too much. I don't think I could have handled that. I probably would have blew my brains out the next day.
I only got a one bedroom, but I got couches and stuff. If you guys need a place to crash,
or we would have not been home, and I would have killed the dogs. I couldn't have lived with that guilt. All right.
No, you wouldn't have killed the dogs. They would have went out the dog doors. They would have.
Oh, we do got a doggy door. Yeah, nice
they
move.
Said, fuck this. It's
well, it depends on where they were and how lazy they were before they knew the fire was going. It could have the whole living room on fire before Wolfie would move out of the bedroom upstairs. I mean, once he's planted, he don't move much.
Well, the good news is in the garage, if the garage would have went up, a neighbor would have seen the smoke and probably called the fire department.
I hope. I don't know.
At least it's out here.
Yeah. I don't know. They're busy.
I mean, the only thing that I mean, it would suck to,
I got
lose
them
your
some weed
garage,
gummies recently. They might not be in the mood to fucking look for fires.
I don't want to lose my belt.
You would have lost your belt, dude.
Oh, yeah.
You would have basically no longer been champion.
Oh, no, that doesn't work like that.
Yeah, you would have been champion.
If you lose the belt, it doesn't fucking count.
Yeah, it does. It does in certain things.
No, it doesn't.
I've seen it.
So last week, Fatty fell down the steps. This week, Fatty almost burned the house down.
Fatty burnt the house down almost. Yeah, Fatty's not up to good things recently.
Things are bad this year.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because you didn't make a resolution and you didn't say I'm going to try to be a better man or anything.
I made a resolution.
To what?
To live till January 3rd. Nailed it already.
Nailed it.
Yeah, dude. I like to set my fucking expectations very short. Make a real quick resolution.
You're never disappointed that
like,
way.
hey, this year I'm going to listen to Against Me, and then I just put the record on. I listen to it once. We're good here. Good. All right. I always make good on my promises.
Well, you do. It is God. What is it? 162, guys. And what I want to start the show off with is just a quick. You've got the death pools nearby, right? We do have a death.
Oh, yeah. Fucking death. And you know what death means? Whenever we get a death, we get the song.
Saturday, death pool. Oh, yeah. Someone's gonna die.
Now we still going?
That's a long song.
I hope you die so I can win a cheap bottle of liquor and get real drunk.
And you will die.
That's right. Celebrity death pool, guys. It is in full effect. And we are only a few weeks in, and we got our first death on the
Now, we
list.
don't normally bring up the death pools through the course of the year unless somebody dies.
Only when someone dies.
Yeah. And
or
we
if it's
like
been
to,
like months and we're like, what the fuck? How the hell is Alan Alda still kicking? Like some shit like that. But otherwise, yeah, you're not going to hear about the death pool every single episode, but you're going to hear about it this episode, motherfucker.
Now, this is one thing that you were kind of talking about last week. You were saying some people just like to get on the board.
It's a strategy. And
this was a 6-pointer.
And two people had this.
Yeah, Burt Bacharach, the composer, the whatever, he died yesterday.
Goddamn thing he does, but I do know the name.
I think he did the Pink Panther music and stuff like that. I thought he did stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I might be wrong, but
no, I think you're right as far as what kind of stuff he did, whether he did the Pink Panther song itself.
I know he did a lot of movie stuff.
Yeah.
He wrote a lot of stuff for different people.
He was famous. I knew his name.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
You know who he did most of his? He wrote a lot of songs for. Remember Neil Sedaka?
No.
He was an old singer in the 60s, 70s, whatever. But he did a lot of his shit.
Is Sedaka dead?
Yeah, he's dead.
All right.
But it's 6 points, but we do have two people on the board, so we want to acknowledge that. And who were the two people?
Harry Guy and Get Pussy, the old rivalries, both have them. So they are tied at 6 points right now.
That's the leaders.
It's the beginning. That's the leaders. Good news is neither guy drinks, I think. So if they win, I think we got to get one of them a dart and the other one a dildo, probably.
I said, Theo, the guy that Theo's friend, Get Pussy, said to me the other day,
good buddy.
He goes, and I just thought about something. What am I going to win? I don't drink anymore. I said, well, give it to your girlfriend. He said, well, apparently she was a drinker too because she hasn't drank in 5 years. So he said,
what are they doing? Just sitting around collecting chips?
I don't know.
These fucking dorks.
I said, well, take up weed. We can get you some gummies. He goes, I don't do that either.
Why would you say
I'll think of
sober?
something. I said,
dude, I tell you, get pussy. Look into Coke. I think it's going to be.
We're not going to buy
him
Coke.
No, I'm not. Well, I might buy you some Coke.
A line. For the value of this thing,
I can get you a half gram.
We'll get you a bump.
I can get you a half gram of some shit downtown. Like, I ain't going to get you the good stuff.
Might
Good luck with that
fentanyl.
fentanyl. I heard there is a little fentanyl loose right now in OTR. I don't know how I feel about this. I have friends that post that kind of shit. Fentanyl alert. What are you doing buying cocaine off the streets, buddy? But I guess they're being nice by letting their buddies that are going to get fucked up, let them know, like, hey, don't buy it down here because you might snort a little too much of the sleep.
Yeah, I don't think you need to snort much of the sleep. I think just
I don't
a little.
think so. Yeah, it's a very small amount. And apparently there was some shit going around that was like 100% fentanyl. So
really?
Yeah.
So it's instant dead.
Yeah, I imagine there's some people that died this week by some drug overdoses in OTR and Clifton and shit.
Yeah, I would think you're probably right. So we have two people on the board. Congratulations to you guys.
You think that's what happened to Burt Bacharach? I mean, I didn't look into it. You sure it wasn't fentanyl?
I think at 94, I'm going to say no.
You sure he wasn't taking bumps off some lady's tits in a nightclub and he just happened to do the wrong kind that night?
You know what I did this week?
Took some bumps off a lady's tit in a nightclub?
No, never done that.
Oh, shit.
Me
either.
I was sitting around, and I told you I only watch one series at a time, and right now I'm not watching one.
Mm-hmm.
So I was sitting there, and I was like in a mood. I was having a couple of drinks.
Started a new one last night
No,
myself.
I did. Oh, did you? We'll get to that in a second. I started watching. I'm gonna binge watch a couple episodes of Always Sunny. One of our favorite shows.
You're one of those guys that can watch things a million times.
Stuff like that, I can't.
Yeah, I can.
Because with stuff like that, there's something you usually miss the first couple of times.
No, I
You'll
can
see it
watch
the next
stuff
time.
like that 2 or 3 times, which is more than I can say about most stuff. But once you get past like 3 times, I'm like, all right, man.
Well, the one I was watching the other day, I don't know what the whole premise of the thing is. They ended up at a horse track, a racetrack.
Mm-hmm.
And Charlie went in and he was talking to this jockey who was standing by the horse, a little tiny old man. And he said, hey, you want to be a stable boy? And Charlie goes, hell, fuck yeah, I'd love to do that. He goes, you got any problem picking up shit? And he reaches down and grabs a handful of shit. He says, all right, we'll go in here. Let's finalize everything. And the jockey says, I think this will be perfect. The horse seems to like you. And now we'll seal the deal. Let me do a line off your boner.
Let me do a line off your boner. Perfect.
And Charlie went, no, I'm just not going to do that. But it was a whole funny, the line of people doing it off people's nipples and dicks and stuff like that. That's real.
No, that definitely happens. I guarantee I know people that have done
I
it.
rubbed
just never
cocaine on
personally
the
do
head
it.
of my dick once
Yeah.
because I was told, you fuck longer.
That's like a Novocaine. It's like anything
But
else.
it was.
I mean, it's
I
just-
didn't feel anything. I mean, I didn't use much. The guy,
Yeah.
my buddy who had it, wasn't going to give me a whole bunch.
No.
He goes, here, you can have a little. I took it.
Surprised he even gave you that.
Yeah, well, he was letting. That's one of the 2 times I did it.
Yeah.
So
well,
he
that's
was
not
letting me do
doing
it.
it. Oh, okay. You were doing it also. All right.
Yeah, basically after I did it, he let me fucking
You've only done coke twice?
twice.
I've only done coke twice.
Yeah, my whole life.
Yeah, I just don't like it.
I did like it.
I did it once and didn't like it, and I was like, all right, well, this is the way I feel about all drugs. You got to give them 2 tries, because that first time might have just been a bad experience. I did it again, didn't like it. I'm like, I'm out.
See, I did like it. That's
Yeah.
why I stopped. Because
Yeah.
I was like, man, I could really fucking not get hooked on it, but I could, and it was so expensive back then. You know what I mean?
I didn't have that ability to just do it twice and like it and stop. I always knew I'd love heroin. I still to this day know that if I did heroin, I would think it was awesome. So I knew from the very beginning, don't ever do heroin, because you're not the kind of guy that's going to be able to do it once or twice and just say, this is awesome, but I'm not doing it anymore.
Well, I'm a real pussy when it comes to drugs.
Yeah.
So I was scared when I did them.
Oh,
Thinking,
of course.
I'm going to freak out. I'm
I
going to
was too. I was very young, but I mean,
The first time I tried any like hallucinogens, man, I was so paranoid going into it.
and that's such a bad
That it was
thing
gonna
to
be bad, yeah.
that's such a bad thing to be.
And it
with
was awful.
hallucinogens.
I mean, I did acid once. I was so scared doing it. My buddy's like, no, you're going to be fine. And I was so terrified before I did it that I think it made the trip so much worse. And I was like, man, fuck this. This ain't for me.
Yeah, see, I did a decent amount of acid and mushrooms and stuff like that. Nothing. I mean, not like shit like some of my friends. I mean, some of my friends did it every day for years and shit, or not maybe that much.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
When they did do it, they do like a 10 strip at a time.
Yeah,
and,
fuck
you know,
that.
shit like that. I was never like that. But, I had plenty of experiences, and I had both good and bad experiences. But the first couple of them, I went in there with a light heart, so it worked out a lot better.
Well,
I had a
so I'm
great
always scared
time.
of that stuff.
But then towards the end, and that's why I won't ever take them again. Now, in my head, I think I've built up where I can't handle them. So now, thinking that I can't handle them before I try them, I ain't fucking with them.
Good call.
So, I may do mushrooms again in my life. I'll never do acid again in my life. Like I
I'll
can't.
probably do mushrooms again.
Yeah, I maybe,
like 'em.
and like I said, I would do ecstasy again, shit like that.
I've never done that.
I did lots of it. Like that was the one where I did a lot of.
And isn't Molly now ecstasy?
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's just cleaner.
It's yes.
Back in
Molly's
the day,
clean version.
ecstasy was like, you never knew what the fuck you were getting.
Yeah.
All right, it was a press pill that some fucking weirdo, some
With a
pillhead probably
Mitsubishi
made.
emblem on it
Yeah,
or a
well, they'd
Nike
have some
thing.
kind of emblem on it, but I mean, they would put so much. I mean, sometimes they'd be speedy, so you knew they had some coke in it, or maybe some meth in it. Sometimes they'd be super downers, you know, they probably had some heroin in it, maybe some fentanyl in it. Who fucking knows?
Ketamine. They were doing it with ketamine.
Shit like that, you didn't know.
Yeah.
Where Molly is pretty much, that's MDMA. That's a pure thing, and if you take that, cool, you'll get the MDMA feeling. But with the old shit, you never knew what you were going to get. You knew you were going to get a little bit of that, but you didn't know what was going to be on the front or the back end of it.
Yeah.
So I was one of the only people ever, too, that when I would take ecstasy, I would be real angry.
Really?
I was the angry X guy.
See, I heard that X was the...
Everybody's like that. Like blowing each other's eyes and
Yeah.
touching, and I'm sitting there in the corner like, you're in the way of the Duke game. I'm trying to watch basketball, all pissed off, but
at the funeral home apartment.
I was out of that stuff by that time. I was just a pothead at that time.
So, Super Bowl week.
Yeah.
I'm really disappointed the Bengals aren't there, but I am very optimistic to the future. And you know what I've been looking at? Season tickets.
Yeah.
Turns out they're not nearly as expensive as I thought they were.
Nah, they're not ridiculous if you get the cheap seats.
$1,900 a year lower bowl.
And that's
is what our boss pays. $1,900 a year, and he's in the bottom.
But he's been there for a while. I think he probably pays a little bit different prices. And he's an end zone guy, I think.
Well, Jeremy Conrad said he found two in the bottom bowl for $2,500. But now, no, total.
Oh, okay.
$1,250 a ticket. And like our boss said, he pays $1,900 for two tickets in the lower bowl. That's not bad. I was thinking, you split it with somebody like
it's not a bad investment. If you're out for work on Sundays and you're going to go down there every Sunday and make a whole fucking day of it, it's not a bad investment. I
was thinking I go to 3 or 4 games. I give my son a few games, and it's worth $2,000 for the year.
And when they're good right now, you could even sell a few of them.
Yeah,
and almost get your money back because they're getting a lot of money on the resale market. So
right.
Especially the shit at the end of the year if they're still in it. Now, problem is if they're in it at the end of the year, I'm wanting to go to those games.
Right.
The ones I would give up were probably towards the beginning.
But when they're Super Bowl in the Super Bowl conversation, you can sell them for any game.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just saying they get
$400
more
or $500 a ticket, and if I'm only paying $1,000 per ticket, fuck, easy. But like I said, I could go to a few games that I wanted to go to. My son, I said, this is good. So I threw myself on the wait list.
Oh, okay.
Don't know what to expect next. Do I just sit around and wait for an email that says, hey, it's your turn?
Yeah.
Come buy them? But I really think that if I have the opportunity, if they come up, I'm going to buy a pair. Just to have them. It's fucking, it's my team. They're fucking good now.
They're going to be good for a while, too. They were, Jamar Chase was talking about at the Pro Bowl that apparently Joe Burrow has told him that he has a way that he wants to structure his contract where he can keep his 2 targets around. He wants to structure his contract.
Oh, he wants to keep Higgins, too.
He wants T and Chase to be there with him, and he's I guess he's looking at a way. I guess the 3 of them are kind of looking at a way where they can all stay together, because they might get a little bit less. But in the end, if those 3 stay together, good fucking luck to everybody else. Especially as they grow together over the years.
And then if we draft some decent offensive linemen and build that up a little bit more.
Yeah, and you're going to have to replace Boyd eventually. He's probably only got 1 more year left. You're going to have to get find running backs, shit like that. But keep the defense at least semi-decent.
I mean, I hate to say it, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but slot receivers aren't that hard to replace. You know what I mean?
No.
There's a lot of them out there.
You're not going to get Boyd level, but
I mean, when you got Chase and Higgins, you don't need Boyd level.
That's a luxury, yeah. I mean, if same thing with tight ends. We have, people were like keep Hurst. The thing with Hurst,
and could Irwin be that guy?
Who?
Irwin.
No, I don't think so.
He played decent this year.
I mean,
he's a good backup.
Yeah. And you might be able to get someone his level, or you might be able to get someone fucking Boyd's level. Who knows what you can get in the draft if you're good at drafting. Bengals got a bright future. This week, though, is the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And your choice is Philadelphia?
Yeah, I think Philly wins.
See, I do too. I just think they're a better team. And be honest with you, after, the way it went down with the Bengals last week, I'd rather, choke on a dick than see the Chiefs win it. You know what I mean?
I'm not a Chiefs fan. You know what's funny about the Chiefs is I don't dislike Patrick Mahomes. I don't dislike Travis Kelce. I don't dislike Chris Jones. I like their players for the most part. I'm not a Juju Schuster fan.
Hate him.
But outside of him, I don't really dislike many Chiefs. I love Andy Reid. Yeah. Andy Reid's one of my favorite coaches ever. That guy looks awesome, and he is awesome.
Yeah.
So I can never dislike him. But Chiefs fans are fucking annoying.
Aren't they dicks?
I just don't get them. They really have this, uppity fucking vibe, like they're the greatest things ever, and you're like, guys, you're a good team. The Chiefs are a great team, but you've won 1 championship so far,
and you're from Kansas City, Missouri,
which is
you're from an armpit.
It's the armpit of America.
Yeah, we won't say what Brenneman said, but it's the armpit of America.
Yeah, and your ribs aren't that great. They're a little bit too sweet.
Yeah,
nothing to get too fucking uppity about. Your city.
Yeah, you're from Kansas City.
You're it's kind of like getting uppity about Cincinnati, but I know better than to be uppity about Cincinnati. Cincinnati's a fucking mediocre city in the Midwest.
Just a little Midwestern blue collar town.
But Kansas City really thinks they're the shit, and it bothers me.
I know. Well, and the only reason I think they think they're the shit is because they've been good for a lot of years now.
Well, as long as Mahomes has been there.
Yeah.
I mean, Mahomes has
That's
made
what,
that team
8
good.
years, 7, 8 years?
And they're going to be good probably till he's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, he's that
because
kind
they've
of,
gotten rid of some real talent and stayed good when they got
he's
rid of
that
Kareem
kind
Hunt,
of
they got rid of
quarterback.
Tyreek.
And Andy Reid's that kind of coach. He's going to make he don't have bad teams.
No.
He took Philly to the Super Bowl also.
Yeah.
Either way, I want the Eagles to win, and I think the Eagles are going to win regardless. I think that defense is just going to be too much.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, they're going to be able to lock down your 1 and 2. Kansas City doesn't even really have a 1 and 2 right now. Everybody's fucking hurt. They don't really have strong receivers to begin with.
Well, I think
Valdez-Scantling had a great game last week, but
I think he'd be the 2, and Juju would have to be the 1. I mean, I know Hardman's the 3.
If that, they don't really have a. I mean,
I would say Kelsey's
the one.
Yeah.
And that's Kelsey will probably get a heavy load. I think that's really the only weakness maybe they can get is over the middle, because I just think those tight end or those cornerbacks are going to lock down the edges, and I think that defensive line is going to be all over Mahomes.
Yeah.
And I know that he's 4 weeks now removed from that injury, but it's still going to get him a little bit. He's still going to be not the same Mahomes as he was mid-season.
Right.
And I think Mahomes is just going to have to if the Chiefs win, Mahomes is going to have the game of his lifetime. All right, if they pull it off, Mahomes is going to be going down a record book kind of game.
Well, Valdez-Scantling had the game of his lifetime last week.
Yeah, but that was 103 yards. I'm saying Mahomes,
But I'm saying he sucked in Green Bay.
Yeah,
he didn't do dick.
Mahomes is going to have to throw for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, I think, if they're going to beat the Eagles. Because the Eagles' offense is also good. They can run the ball damn good.
Yeah.
Kansas
Scott.
City did all right against Cincinnati last week, but they're a different kind. For one thing, Philly has probably the best offensive line in the league. Now, you look across the field, though, Kansas City has maybe the second best offensive line in the league. So
yeah,
both of them have great O-lines. But either way, Chris Jones is not going to get to the quarterback like he did against Cincinnati.
No, you're right about that.
And either way, they don't sit back. They're not really a throwing team. They can throw, but Philly's a running team. So they're going to work out of that RPO. I think Hurts is going to have a nice 50, 60 yards. I think they'll distribute it, Gainwell and
Sanders.
And Sanders will get some yardage.
And then Boston Scott inside the 5.
Your boy Boston Scott might get some yards.
I don't care if he gets 1 yard.
Yeah.
As long as it's a touchdown.
They have good receivers. I think it's Philly's year, man.
I do too.
I think it's Philly's year. I think it's a bad matchup for KC. I think, honestly, like a healthy Buffalo would be a good matchup with Philly.
See, I think
maybe even Cincinnati, but I think Kansas City isn't the matchup for them.
I think the Eagles are a better matchup for KC than San Fran would have been. I think San Fran would have handled KC better than Philly's
Well, if
gonna.
they had a quarterback, maybe.
Yeah, well, yeah, before he went out. Purdy went out. Even with Purdy, though, I think if
San
it was
Francisco
Purdy.
still may have beat Philadelphia if they had a quarterback. That game was that wasn't a game.
No, it wasn't a game.
I mean, after he was hurt, they literally didn't have a quarterback that could throw. The guy needs Tommy John surgery.
Yeah.
All right, he's laid up for a year.
And then he took a concussion right away, and then they bring Purdy back in. He did nothing but hand the ball.
Did you
off
see
all
that
the time.
QB carousel is about to start? You got Brady's out, so he's retired. I don't think he's coming back. I don't think he's going to do that. Yeah, I think he knows that he just looked like a fucking asshole at this point if he came back again. So I think he is done. Rodgers is not playing for Green Bay next year.
I think he's going to everyone thinks he's going to the Raiders. That's what I think. He already said publicly, I won't go to Kansas. I won't go to San Fran.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know that part of it.
Yeah, that's what I heard on ESPN last night. He said he's not going to San Fran. That's all he said. Someone asked him, or
maybe you don't like Kyle
someone asked
Shanahan
him
or
on
something.
Twitter or something.
Did you
San
see,
Fran an option? He said no.
Derek Carr's probably going to the Saints.
I saw that too.
They put that out that they've already pretty much agreed on everything, and now it's just only a matter of time before that deal goes through.
That just means that Jameis Winston gets dished off somewhere else or put back on the bench.
Jameis Winston's Jameis Winston. I don't even know if is he a free agent. I have no idea. He might go somewhere. There's going to be teams still looking for quarterbacks like him.
Yeah, but
the Saints are going to get some, or the Colts will get someone washed up. That's what they do. You know, like there's a couple teams that always do that.
I don't think. I'm not a Derek Carr guy. I just don't think he's going to take any team all the way.
Hey, you know who wants to swing by though?
Who's that?
And tell you, and usually he shoots a video. He does all sorts of shit, and he's really prepared. But not this week, man. This week he's just going to swing by and give his thing, and if he flubs it up, he flubs it up. But little Nick Marchetti, we don't even got his music. You know, this is...
You don't have his music?
I mean, I don't think so.
Oh, sure we do.
Oh, there it is. Nick Marchetti here. World's best crap stealer and pocket-sized nut hugger. My bankroll has seen more ups and downs this year than your mom's head at Zach Wilson's 23rd birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese. Not this week, bitches. It's time for the big game, or whatever the hell the NFL makes everyone else call it. And shut up, Cincinnati. We call it the Super Bowl. Fuck the NFL. The best thing that could ever happen to these fat twats is for the NFL to sue them so they can get just an ounce of publicity for this stupid fucking show. Right? Take the Eagles. Money line, points, who gives a shit? The bottom line is the Eagles are going to run a train on Patrick Mahomes just like your sister at the after party. Mahomes is going to get more beaten up than his brother's asshole after a Sam Smith show. Right? Outside of that, I hope Rihanna shows me her brown eye at halftime and someone paints a nice heavy dick on that Rocky statue of Philly after they win and burn down their stupid shitty city. I'll be back for the NFL, sorry guys, can't fucking talk. I'll be back for the NBA playoffs because no one knows basketball quite like a short dick Irish pecker would from Ohio. Until next time, remember to power pressure field bets and to shut the fuck up about how you barely missed your bullshit parlay. 14 out of 15 still didn't pay you shit, you cunt. 5-2, I'm through. Marchetti out.
Man, he was animated.
He was all fired up.
Fuck
dude.
yeah, he was.
I didn't really watch him.
Hey, and I'm only going to say this real quick because you always rag me about being a Suns fan.
Yeah.
What a huge day for us.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate the fact that, what's so ironic about them getting Durant is that they traded Mikal Bridges for him. Mikal Bridges has been solid since he's been there, but it's so funny because no more than a month ago, Mikal Bridges, man, I want to be on this team forever.
They all do that. I mean, you can see how many times Kyrie said that before he got traded to the Mavs. He had some big action in the NBA this week. We don't really talk NBA that much, but some big shit did happen this week with the trade deadline. Kyrie Irving's now on the Mavs. I don't know how that's going to work out.
I think
he played well last night. He played well last night. They beat the Clippers in LA without Luka. So when Luka gets back, that might be a great combination. Who knows?
I don't think. Well, first of all, they traded Dimwitty, right, to get him. I think the Mavs only took him, maybe get him somewhere this year, but I think they want him for his value next year if they try to dish him off, is what I think.
There's no next year for him, though. Kyrie's a 1-year signing. I mean, you're only getting him for the end of this year. His contract's up.
Oh, he only got this 1 year.
That's why people weren't giving too much for him because he's pretty much a rental piece. Now, he can agree. You have I forget what they call him, but you have some kind of rights to him as far as the bidding where you can give a little bit more money to him and don't count. I don't understand basketball salary cap. That shit's fucking weird. But either way, they have the rights to him next year to do some kind of bid, but he doesn't have to sign with them. He can be a free agent. Now, they're saying most teams weren't going to trade for him unless they planned on keeping him next year also, but
I just don't see
Mark Cuban has some deep pocketbooks.
Two guys that want the ball as bad as both of them.
It worked with him and LBJ though.
It did.
I mean, him and LeBron played fine. He's a fucking weirdo, but he's a hell of a player.
He's a phenomenal
And
player.
I think some players like playing with him, obviously. I mean, he hasn't had many issues among his teammates. It's always with the team or the media and shit like that.
Or his personal life.
Or, just weird shit going on. But either way. And then you had Kevin Durant just last night getting traded to the Suns. Now, that's a hell of a combination there.
Oh, fucking.
I don't know how I feel about Kevin Durant at this point in his career.
I think he's one of the greatest that ever played the game.
For sure, but he's also
he's a little off right now. He's towards the end and he's a little off, but I think because I know he had some injuries and all that, I think if he can get back to 100%, I think he can give you 2 more really strong years.
Maybe, but they gave up like 4 first-round picks for him.
Yeah, and they gave up Mikal Bridges, who was one of their top guys.
And he can't stay healthy, it seems like.
I know.
So,
well, the guy's 6'8" and weighs 180 pounds.
That's what I mean. He's not built like a fucking statue like the other guy that was the big news this week.
He just doesn't fucking miss, though.
LeBron James broke the point record, long-standing record. He's been playing for fucking ever at this point and just been good for so goddamn long.
He's a stud.
It's impressive. And that dude isn't hurt all that often because he's built like a shit brick house and he takes care of himself, I guess. I think Kevin Durant is just like I play basketball. I don't think he's working out in between. I don't think he's playing
good when he does.
He's fucking ridiculously good. He's a natural talent.
Yeah.
But LeBron's maybe one of the best athletes ever. Like
I mean,
physically
he doesn't
athletic.
look like a basketball player.
Yeah, just physically one of the most freak athletes ever, and ridiculously good at basketball on top of that.
Yeah, he
It's
looks
just impressive.
like Karl Malone used to look. You don't see basketball players with fucking giant arms, and you know what
Not
I mean?
anymore. You used to see it a lot more,
but you
especially in
don't
the
anymore.
center position. They were showing the
Well, because they fought then.
you
had to shove your way through there, and you had to, now they don't touch
It was a
anybody.
different NBA.
Yeah.
It was definitely a different
And
NBA.
now it's all 3-pointers. You see a lot of little skinny guys. You know, your studs are guys like Curry and John Morant. Those are your studs today. You know what I mean? And because they could shoot threes. But, like I said, I'm always will be a fucking Michael Jordan guy. Always. I still think he's the greatest. But what a fucking accomplishment that was. And I got no ill will towards LeBron. I just don't think he's as good as Jordan. That's all.
I think it's a weird thing. I do agree with you. I think in the end, if you have to pick one GOAT in basketball, it's Jordan to me still. The argument could be made for James, but I personally think it's Jordan. I think James is no doubt the number 2 at this point, though.
I would say I would agree.
You know what I mean? I think the argument to me was always more Kobe James than it was of James and Jordan. Jordan's just different, man.
And then there was 10
Jordan
guys
with
that were
the 6
right under them. Yeah.
championships. He won all 6 of them, and I believe he was the MVP of all 6 of them.
Yeah, he
That's
was.
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right? I understand. And he didn't play as long. I mean, he didn't stick around. Now, to be fair, Jordan's last few years were not similar to LeBron's last few years.
Well, no, because he went to a different team. He was done. He just, what I liked about him is during his whole heyday, he stayed with the same team. LeBron is not that guy. LeBron travels looking for rings.
Yeah,
That's
but
what he did.
That's this generation. I mean, there's barely anyone that stays for for anything.
Yeah, now.
It just doesn't happen. I mean,
It-
Steph
it
Curry,
used to be.
Golden State's pulled it off, but outside of them, most people are bouncing around.
Yeah. Well, I think Devin Booker will stay in Phoenix for a while as long as he sees that they're still giving him support. They went out and got CP3 trying to enhance the team.
And that's a lot of what it is. A lot of those teams that LeBron left, like Cleveland both times, is just because Cleveland was never going to supply him with the support that he needed.
He won in Cleveland.
He won in both of them, but then he started losing, and then they weren't supplying it, so he just moved on.
Yeah, but when he went to Miami, you had fucking Bosch there, and you had fucking Wade.
I still think Bosch is the most overrated part of a big 3 in the history of big 3s.
But he was definitely the 3. It was 1-2 here, and then Bosch
No,
way
I
down
get
here.
it. I'm
but
just
he was
saying.
the best they had. For
You always
3.
hear about big 3s, whether it was the Boston big 3. You hear the big 3 constantly, and whenever you throw out a big 3 and Bosch is one of the 3, I'm like, big 2.5. What are we doing here? Like, we just throwing this big 3 out there. Everything.
He wasn't.
Fuck that.
He wasn't fucking as good as some of the other big
I just
3
hate
numbers.
his. I just hate his face. But let's move on.
Asshole of the week. You got one?
No, I don't. I might be able to think of one while you're.
You don't have an
rambling.
asshole?
No.
Okay.
I told you I'm so unprepared for this show. It's ridiculous.
I have an asshole, and I don't know his name. I didn't research it enough to get his name.
Those are always some of my faves.
I was listening to the story. This isn't a guy at Speedway or anything. I was listening to the fucking news the other day, and I think it was here, somewhere here, I think. Mm-hmm. This kid was sitting around with his dad, drinking a couple beers, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They got into a little argument about something. So he said, fuck it. Went in the house, got a gun, and shot his fucking dad dead right on the fucking front porch.
Well, that's rude. What do you do that for?
Nobody knows. He ain't talking. The whole point is, I can be really mad at you. I can really hate you. I'm not going to kill you.
No.
Especially if you're my fucking dad.
Yeah, no.
And he made me mad is the only thing they said to him. He pissed me off or he made me mad.
He made me mad.
Yeah, put on there, a guy kills dad, and it'll give you his name. There's even a picture of this fucker. But, and he was a junior. They had the same name. Yeah, that's it. Indianapolis. That was it.
Anderson, that's a nice area.
Yeah, look at him.
He
looks like a crazy person.
He looks like a fella that's going to kill his dad. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, so it doesn't. Does it? I don't know if it says what they were fighting about.
Jerry Wade was the guy that got murdered.
Yeah,
I don't know what the kid's name is. Are they just not saying his name?
No, he's not a minor. I don't think. Either way, he fucking killed his own dad.
Yeah, they only say the victim's name. They're not saying his name.
Oh well, I think you really got to be an asshole to kill one of your parents.
Yeah. I can't really think of a good reason to kill your parents.
His dad was younger than me. Oh, there's his name. Jansen Wade. He was 31 years old.
Jansen Wade?
Yeah.
All right.
So Jansen Wade is my asshole of the week, only for the fact that it was his dad. They were at home.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like he was out at a bar and some guy hit him with a bottle or anything. It was his fucking dad sitting there. And he shot his fucking dad.
Yeah, that is...
You're a fucking asshole.
That is an asshole move. I kind of have a hero of the week, but I should have set this up beforehand. I don't know if I'm going to be able to set it up on the fucking run here.
You have a hero. See, I haven't had a hero in a while.
I have a hero, but like I said, I just don't know if I can set it up per se.
The show is brought to you by Impromptu.
Yeah, I think
we just off the cuff today.
We're very off the cuff today.
Hey, and how about a double giant fuck you to Reggie? Second week in a row he's blown us off. Reggie, you're done, buddy.
Yeah, Reggie sucks.
2 strikes and you're out.
You know, I've always liked Reggie. He's a great guy, but
I still like him, but he'll never be on the show again.
But he sucks.
Yeah, he sucks.
And we're not gonna give Reggie any fucking time of the day anymore.
Okay, we are looking for Hero.
All right. Well, no, I know where Hero is. I'm setting up the screen so people can watch this video at home as I do this. But let's just give you a nice little song.
I need a hero. Holding out for a hero. Doug Morning Light. He's got to be strong, and he's got to be fast, and he's got to be larger than life. I need a hero.
Man, what a great song! I don't really like that song.
All right. Not my favorite either.
No, that's not really my favorite song, but it's all right. It's all right, Adam. Not everybody has every hit ever. All right, this one, this happened in Evandale recently in Cincinnati, and this guy, for whatever reason, shot up some kind of like Chinese market or something like that, and that's not.
My questions now without a lawyer present.
That's a mean thing to do. You probably shouldn't shoot up, a thing.
In a racist fit, or
I don't. Let's listen to this fella.
Right.
This is we've already caught up to him. I watched the beginning of the video. You're not really missing out on much before that. They come up. This guy doesn't resist arrest or anything. He just comes up and the cops start talking to him.
You can stop answering any questions at any time. Do you understand that?
All right.
You want to tell me what's going on here?
For those
yes, no.
just listening, the cop's just
anything?
searching him for something right now. He's not talking. Just staring off into space.
You want to tell me what's going on here? Or no?
You can see the look in his eye. He's just not there.
He fired one shot and he killed. That's why the last
See, if I would have had this ready, I would have had it right where he starts talking, because that's when this video gets good.
That's all right. This show's off the cuff.
Huh?
This show's been off the cuff
We're
anyway.
just going for it. He obviously doesn't have any weapons. He has some money. They asked him about it. He has his guns in the car. I'll skip ahead a little bit.
Sir,
This is where he starts talking.
I shouldn't have any weapons on me or my person.
Are there any more in the car?
There is a weapon. There's a 9 in the car.
There's a 9 in the car?
Yes, sir.
Besides the one that was over there on the sidewalk?
That's a 40 cal.
Okay.
That's a 40 cal Glock 23, and there's a 9 mil Glock 26. And I'm a special agent, and this is to conclude an investigation to end child molestation and sexual slavery and the dosing of mass populations through drugs and drug-like substances and psychedelics like psychedelic-like substances. And this is to end it forever. And they want you to release me and back to the car. And he did the right thing. He just wanted to make sure his kids were safe. And I run the mafia for every galactic. And we're about to go erase the rest of
He runs the mafia for Intergalactic.
Yeah, powwow.
And he's a special
I'm
agent.
chief of Cherokee Nation. I'm chief of Navajo Nation. I'm chief of Iroquois Nation. I'm chief of Cherokee Iroquois Nation. I'm chief of Cherokee Navajo Nation. I'm chief of Africa Nation. I'm chief of Egyptian Nation. I'm chief of Ethiopian Nation. I'm chief of all the Nordic tribes. I am chief of Irish Nation. I am
So what was the reason the shot was fired?
to purge people in non-compliance with sexual slavery and the dosing of mass populations through psychedelics and psychedelic.
So what was your intent?
It It purged people in non-compliance with the sex industry ending, which ends child molestation.
Okay, but why here?
Tokyo is in non-compliance. I am chief of Tokyo. Does Tokyo want this over? Then take him out the cuffs.
I love how these cops handle this. They're just like, yeah, okay. Anyways, let's go over here.
Well,
it's only right up the
just
road.
A training exercise to see if I'll comply with law enforcement. You know who Daniel Beckjord is? Okay. Well, my payroll pays your salary.
Okay.
Okay.
My relatives are 5-star generals and 5-star lieutenants, a 5-star admiral, and they don't want me fucked with.
He's cool. I just
All right, just turn towards me. Sit your butt down. And scoot back in there just a little bit. Put your feet up in there.
So law enforcement has to save me from situations in the future, and this is just a training exercise to show how it should work.
So did you
Just a training
did you come here just because
This is a training.
just because it's an Asian market or Asian restaurant or
this is a training exercise, sir, to see that this is going to work, to see that I'll get in and out the handcuffs. That's all this is for. MIB's in my head, and you can't get them out of my head. The Secret Service is in my head, you can't get them out of my head. Every government agency is in my head, you can't get them out of my head. Navajo federal officers are in my head, you can't get them out of my head. They'll be here before you can get me out this parking lot through teleportation if we go any further than this.
all right.
Do you understand that?
Yep. Just hang tight, all
Are
right?
you alive or are you a spirit, sir?
I'm alive. Very much so. Yep.
You're alive, sir?
Can you keep an eye on
You're
him?
a spirit.
We're good.
You know this is a ghost town.
You know this is a ghost town.
All right, question: Is he fucking faking it, or is he fucking just nuts?
He's nuts, dude. At the very beginning, like I said, I have a weird ability to see this in people's eyes, I feel like. And had you just seen that look, he wasn't there. Like when he was looking at the cops when they were originally arrested, he just was not there. Whether
Yeah.
that's acid, whether that's whatever it is,
It's something.
that he was deep. What a fucking hero, though. I mean, he's saving things. Tokyo was non-compliant.
So he shut up a
with-
Chinese market.
With the, he's not very good at
He's
telling
not
the
real
difference.
smart either, huh?
Yeah.
He shut up a Chinese market.
He's like, well, Tokyo.
Yeah. My ID's in my head.
Oh, man.
You can't have it. I like the guy.
Good guy. Good guy.
He didn't kill anybody, though, right? He didn't hit anybody.
No one died. He
He's just a nut job.
Yeah, he just shot up. I mean, someone could have died, I guess.
Yeah,
he
but
just
see,
shot
now you're doing this insane plea, obviously,
Yeah, just show him the video.
and nobody got killed. So you might have just bought yourself a little more time in the funny farm than you would have if you would have just
Oh, yeah, you're right. Then if you would have just
bit
had
the
shooting-
bullet and fucking
I don't know. It
done
depends
a
on
year.
people. Because if there was no one in there, I don't think you can get attempted murder. But
But
if
it looks the
someone's
middle of the night. There's no
Yeah.
other cars in the lot, but the
it
cops.
was one of the snowy nights, if you noticed. The
Yeah,
roads were
I
covered.
bet you nobody was even in there. He probably would have only gotten a year, 6 months,
I don't
not
know.
if that. You know,
Well, they should never let him out.
now they won't.
No, that guy should be stayed in.
That's what I'm saying. I think maybe really say fuck it. There wasn't anybody in there.
That
I
guy
might
should
get
be
a
in
few
a padded
months.
room the rest of his life. He's
Yeah.
up to no good. All right.
Well,
that's the-
yeah, but he's the chief of the Ethiopian nation.
Well, they're going to get him out by teleportation anyway, so
yeah.
it doesn't really matter. I mean, for one thing, Evandale's a ghost town. I don't know if the cops know that or
People
not.
are nuts, man.
I
And
just got to give the cops props, though.
that guy lives right up the road.
well, from
I mean,
you.
well, a half hour.
Yeah.
You know, from here.
Yeah, I mean, that's about a half hour from here.
They said, I'm just following my East Side roots, is what he said.
That guy was not an East Side.
East Sider, totally.
No.
East Siders are hillbillies.
I don't know if that guy. Well, hillbillies exist everywhere, but there's a different kind of hillbilly, I guess. I don't know. That guy, I think he's like a. I don't know.
Hamilton.
You know what? He's
Hamilton.
Hamilton. I was gonna go up north, like maybe just like Westchester. Like he had a nice.
Oh, they're rich in Westchester.
Yeah, but maybe he was like someone's kid that's still in the basement.
Oh,
You
that
know what I
went
mean?
nuts,
Like
yeah.
he's like 35.
He's got 2 nice guns.
He had some nice guns. I believe he had a nice big truck and shit like that. He was dressed in some nice warm clothes and
Yeah.
stuff.
All right, well.
Oh, he's a fucking lunatic. That's
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
what I'm saying. Now they're going to be like, this guy's got to go to a fucking mental hospital for about 10 years. He probably wouldn't have got any jail time, maybe a year tops, if there was nobody in that building. You fucked up, dude.
Yeah, he did. What else you
fucked
got?
up.
You had some segments today, didn't you?
I tried a new product. Well, my friend did. My older friend.
Oh, okay, so we
tried
got that
a new
going on?
product. Yeah.
Your older friend?
Yeah.
All right.
He gives me the rundown.
What's his name?
Don't know.
That's weird. I got a lot of friends I don't know their names too.
His name's not Mr. Burt, but I got to think of a name.
Uh-oh. Cocksmith not working? Did I fuck with the formula?
What's up with Cocksmith?
I don't know. I might have fucked with the formula when I
You know what?
We
Every
are-
now and
we
then
are
you're going to
the
get a show like
worst.
this. Every
We're-
now and then you'll get a show like
we
this,
are
folks.
the worst, dude.
Yeah, every now and then you get a show like this. But you know what?
Where it just don't make a damn bit of sense
Those
and
are
everything's
funny.
fucked up.
Those are funny.
Yeah, get over it, guys.
Yeah, so he tried a new product this week. I don't think you're going to be able to get the
Oh,
music.
we're gonna get the fucking music.
You think?
Or I'm gonna get really mad.
This podcast is brought to you by Ghetto.
Yeah, because I don't know where it's at. This is fucking annoying me.
Hey, and if you're laughing right now because we're so ill prepared today, the man's house almost burned down.
Yeah, dude, I'm traumatized.
God,
I don't even know what to do with myself at this
insensitive
point.
pricks.
This is really weird though that it's not working. I don't get it.
No, it's not working at all.
Yeah, nothing's working.
Why don't you sing it?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. This is another song by Agent Cocksmith.
All right, so
Shoo-ah-ba-ba-boo.
we're not going to have the music.
No, we're not. I
All right,
don't know how to work anything.
he did a review. I did a review. It's me. We did a review of another item. I've been given sex advice. I sometimes give product reviews. This time it was Now, I didn't think I was going to like this when I bought it. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's a vibrating cock ring. Now, let me explain how it works. I'll send you a picture so it can be on the YouTube video. It goes over the cock and balls, okay?
Nice.
And on the bottom, underneath the nuts, it's got a little round pocket that you slide a bullet into,
Oh.
okay? And then you turn the bullet on. Now, I've told you before, if you want to not come, to push right in that area underneath your nuts.
Mm-hmm.
This was a weird one for me. When I first turned it on, I'm like, no, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. But I started the process, and it's like, okay, I'm trying to put this in the back of my head. Here's the deal. The thing doesn't feel good at all. It vibrates your fucking guts. But if you can get to the nut, which I did, Mount St. Helens. Oh, my God. I don't know if it was a medical
St.
thing.
Helens.
It didn't necessarily... Like I said, it didn't feel great because the vibration right under your nuts is just a weird sensation.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'm in my mid 40s, and I think I got myself like in the shoulder. This thing was a rope. I haven't fired a rope like this in years. I don't know if it was tickling the right thing or what it was doing. Let me tell you, fellas, some people might be into that vibration thing. I'm really not. But if you can manage to pull a nut off with this vibrating cock ring on, it's gonna hit the ceiling. Most powerful load I've had in probably 5-6 years. This thing was awesome. But at the same time, it didn't really feel that good. So it's like you're taking the good with the bad here. You're like, oh, this is a weird feeling. I don't like it. But, oh, I'm still hard and it's still working. My God, the thing, like I said, the first one hit me on the top of the shoulder, I think. Now, this was a very quality load. If you're looking for good output, fellas, and a strong one, try this vibrating cock ring. If you want the exact brand and model, I'll send it to you. The bullet slides in, you turn it on. It's weird, but if you get it up powerful enough, when you nut, you're going to fucking blow the roof off. $17.
That's a good price.
$17, but then $5 extra for the bullet. So $22 total.
All right. Well,
Free shipping for Prime members.
that's aging. Fucking, I'm so upset right now.
Well, you know what? This was a what the fuck show, and that's what we're doing.
I know, but I mean, there's just no reason why that it should not work. I just don't get it.
Maybe it was damaged in the fire.
You think it was damaged? No, it was. Whatever happened when I switched over is when it fucked up.
Oh, well. Fuck it.
No, not fuck it, dude. It's very upsetting. Very,
Is it?
very upsetting, yeah. And I know the only way, it's just this fucking shitty program I use, this OBS thing.
Well, why don't we look at a different one?
No, they all don't work. I just looked. But either way, it's just a shitty program that I use that...
The intro song worked. Marchetti worked.
And Marchetti didn't work, because remember, we just did that live.
Yeah, but the music worked.
Yeah, but as soon as I switched over to doing the live thing and I had to do a little flip on this in order for everything to work properly, then it stopped. Then it no longer works.
You guys getting this?
Yeah, that's technical advice. Yeah.
We need somebody to help us.
We don't even need someone to help us. This shitty program.
Let's buy a new program.
As soon as I close this program and reopen it, everything will work fine. But I can't do that in the middle of a show.
Well, maybe we just need to buy a new program. Technology, man. We're over 2 years into this shit.
What else we got going on?
We're almost 2 years into this shit. I got a Would You Rather, but we don't have any fucking music for it.
Yeah, I know. We can do the picture. Look, the Would You Rather picture.
Would you rather?
Yeah. Would you rather may work because I found that one. I think. Sort of.
Yeah, we're so fucking ghetto.
Here we go. Let's get this. And don't work.
Hey, we're gonna be better prepared next week. This week sucks.
This week everything's broken.
He hurt his head when he fell down the stairs. He almost burned the house down. Things are fucked up around here.
Yeah. Here, we'll do it real super ghetto. Shit.
This is as ghetto as it fucking comes.
This is the worst. This is the worst episode ever, I think, guys.
As far as the technical stuff goes.
Yeah, and that's not
good content, I thought. But just
who gives a shit? Would you rather? And I was really excited. We haven't had a Would You Rather in a long time.
We have not.
And I was gonna, we got the song, we got the stuff, and we would bring it back. People would be excited. They heard the song, and then this happened, and it threw me off my whole fucking show.
This Would You Rather is personal for me. Because, as you know, I'm getting a tooth pulled tomorrow.
That sucks.
So it does. So here's what I came up with for this Would You Rather for you. Would you rather go to a dentist, have to get 2 teeth pulled with absolutely no Novocaine or anesthetic of any kind? Okay? None. Or go to a gay porn theater for 3 hours and watch gay porn movies and let guys come over and jack you off about every 15, 20 minutes.
So I'm getting jacked off by dudes or what?
Or getting 2 teeth pulled with no Novocaine whatsoever.
Ooh, no Novocaine.
None. You're getting 2 teeth yanked out because I'm scared of the dentist. And I came up with this. I said, man, I'd do almost anything. Or get jacked
off by dudes?
Yeah.
Like watching gay porn?
Watching a full screen of gay porn. You got guys beating off here. You got, Pee Wee Herman behind you stroking one down. And then every 15 or 20 minutes, some guy comes over to you and goes, hey, let me help you with that. And just fucking beats you off. That's it. I mean, but you're talking 3 hours of your life as compared to about, 5 minutes to pull 2 teeth.
Well, it's going to hurt for a while.
It's going to hurt for a while.
Oh, it's going to hurt for a while after.
Yeah, so which is it? Which would you rather?
Oh, man. And I'm just limp noodling.
Oh, no.
What do you mean, no?
What do you mean?
I can't get a hard on watching gay porn.
Well, no, you
with
can't.
A bunch of dudes jerking off. My shit's turtle shelling.
But you still got dudes stroking on the turtle.
Oh, God damn it.
3 hours, one double feature. Bronco Goes to Hollywood and Buster and Billy. The 2 westerns.
I guess I'm getting my teeth pulled.
Are you?
Yeah, I guess I'm getting my teeth pulled. I don't look. I've had a couple teeth pulled, and I had Novocaine to help. So, I imagine it's going to be a bad 6 hours or so, but
I would imagine.
But it's going to be a bad 3 hours that has everlasting effects on me.
That's exactly what I was going
I mean,
with.
like I'm going.
That's going to haunt me forever.
Yeah, like next time I'm anything, like I might just pop in my head. Remember fucking Frank stroking me.
Yeah, and you know he's just a fucking pervert. He'll be like stroking it, going like that, man.
Rough
like
hands.
I'm getting the teeth pulled too because I was thinking about it. I was like, I'll be like you. It'd be totally soft dick. But I would rather have 4 or 5 hours of pain than a lifetime of memories because I think the next time I was with a woman, it would pop into my head.
And you're not with normal everyday gay dudes either when you're at the stroke theater.
You're with most straight dudes faking it, hiding in these fucking things.
It's just the stroke theater is going to attract the real weirdos.
Yeah.
Whether it's straight, gay, or what, no matter what, the stroke theater attracts the weirdos.
Yeah.
You're not around the regular gays, that are,
No,
maybe
you're gonna
going
hear,
out for.
How's that feel?
Yeah.
Feel good, baby? I mean, that's the worst part for me. Hey,
Shit.
you like my hand on your cock? Oh, no, I don't.
No,
Stop.
I want the Applebee's gays.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know if gay people eat at Applebee's.
I think gay people eat wherever they want to go
No,
when
I
they're
don't think
hungry.
they eat at Applebee's. I've never seen a gay person at Applebee's.
I don't think a gay person chooses where to eat based on. There was a gay hamburger place in town.
What?
I swear to God, it was a couple years ago. It closed down. It was called Hamburger Mary's.
Oh, I thought it was just called Buns.
Hamburger Mary's.
I
and
know
it was
Hamburger
a total,
Mary's.
It was a
I
total
didn't know it was
LGBT. It was an LGBT owned and blah blah blah.
Does that just mean the guy that owned it likes
no.
daughters, or? How do you make a gay hamburger?
Well, no, I mean they were extremely friendly and welcoming to the community. And blah, blah,
So they had good customer service?
But yeah, decent burger. I ate there. But I think you're right 100%. I think if something like that happened, I think it would be so traumatic for me for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'd be able to have sex with a woman again for years. Well, months.
Weeks.
I'd be days. I'd be thinking of the guy going, "Hey, how's that feel?" It would just fuck with me.
I think it's the exact opposite. I think you leave and your goal until it happens is to get pussy because you need to get that off your mind. You can't let that soak in.
You know what? That's
maybe,
possible.
And if you did, maybe pop half a bone halfway through while the guy was stroking you. You got to get it out of your head that you're not gay. I love puss. Just run towards it.
But if you did pop a bone while the guy was jerking you off and talking in a deep voice to you,
yeah,
then you're really going to be fucked up for a long time. Why did I pop?
That's
a bone?
what I mean. You need to get that out of your head.
Yeah. But hey, remember, we're not anti-gay. We're just heterosexuals making a question. That's all. We're not dragging anybody who's gay. Be gay.
Whatever, man.
But I promise,
do your thing.
even you wouldn't go to the stroke theater that we're talking about in this scenario.
No, I don't know any. Maybe not. I might know one gay guy that will go to a stroke theater, but that's about it.
I went to a stroke theater once.
Maybe two.
I went to a stroke theater once, but it wasn't a gay stroke theater.
I don't care about that. You went to a stroke theater, which, again, I said either gay or straight only weirdos go to that.
Well, we popped in there drunk after a bar. It was 2 doors down. We said, let's go in there and see what it's about. There was about 4 people in there. We said, this is gross.
No, it's different than a stroke booth. I mean, that's a different kind of fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you've told me about that.
When I touched the guy's cum.
Yeah, you dropped your quarter in a dude's load.
And the worst part is, it wasn't even a quarter. It was a fucking token.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I couldn't even pick it up and spend it anywhere but there. I just I reached down and there was fucking cum on my fingers, dude. I'm telling you, that messed with me for a long time. And that haunted me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I couldn't use enough fucking soap or scrub pads. And it was probably an old man or a combination of loads.
Old cum finger.
I reached down, dropped my fucking token, reached down, pick it up, and it was dark and it was in a puddle of fucking goo.
Ugh.
It was all over these 3 fingers because you don't pick up a coin with 2 fingers. You pick it up with 3.
Well, that one, you might have been able to pick it up with one.
I couldn't
to it.
Well, here's the worst part about it. It was so fucking dark in there.
Yeah.
I felt my way around for a second, trancing through more load until I fucking picked it up. I think it landed right in a puddle of load, but there was load residue all around it, and I'm doing this number around looking for my fucking 25-cent token, you cheap fuck. God. I was 19.
All right.
Oh, God.
You got to fuck you, and we'll get out of here.
Yeah, I got one.
Shitty-ass show. Hey, guys, I'm going to get ready for the fuck you. All right. I'm ready. I got a mic. Yeah, perfect.
God, we are so funny.
We really got it down this week, guys.
We got a lot of broken stuff this week.
Yeah, whatever. My house almost burnt down, dude.
Yeah.
It just died.
Yeah, I have a fuck you. Do you have one?
Yeah, you go first, though.
Okay, I have a fuck you to, I don't know what her name is. She's a police officer in the Coleraine Township area. Mm-hmm. Here's what pisses me off, okay? I go to pick up my son every morning to drive him to school, okay? And I take one route that avoids the street that Coleraine High School is on. But there was construction on there, which forced me to go around by the high school. This woman, officer, hey, thanks for your service, but you got to do this different. She stands in the middle of the road, directing traffic because there's so many people coming in the high school to drop their kids off and coming out. Mm-hmm. I sat there for 12 fucking minutes in this line while she let everybody in and out of the high school. I'm like, just because I don't go to high school here or have a kid here, I got places to be too, lady.
Yeah, that would drive me absolutely
12
fucking
fucking minutes because I'm looking at my fucking clock on my thing and I'm like, I'm going to be late taking my son to school.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you let a few out here, then you let a few out there. You go back and forth. She let every fucking car out that was coming out of, or into the high school, and I sat there for 12 minutes and my kid was late to school. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Pissed me off, man. I mean, you got to let everybody go. Other people are trying to get to work and shit. Why is it that the only ones that matters are trying to get into the fucking high school? Fuck you.
Yeah. I feel like every time that anybody tries to make traffic better by directing it, they always make it worse somehow. I don't know how that happens.
But how come we don't matter?
Constantly.
How come the people that are not going into that school don't fucking matter? I'm going to work. It could be I'm going to work. It's all right. You can be late. Fuck you. I need this guy to get out because he has to go home, go back to bed after he dropped his kid off.
Yeah. I don't.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
You got one?
Fuck you. Fuck you this week goes out to me. Fuck you. You almost burnt down the house. Fuck you. You fucked up all the technology today in the show. It looks like shit. It sounds like shit. We got nothing else going on. Fuck you to me. And this is how we're going to have to do the outro because we don't have the regular outro.
Hey, maybe don't share this one.
No, this is our best one yet. I don't give a fuck what you say.
Fuck off.